Recording.
America is an obese nation. According to the Wellness International Network, there are over 58 million overweight people in the United States. This number is increasing every day at an alarming rate. There are many factors that contribute to this growing epidemic in America. It affects everyone. In 2003, obesity cost an extra $175 for each taxpayer in this country. It's imperative that we understand the reasons behind this ever-growing trend. I will detail the reasons why this country is getting fatter. I will also include tips in reducing the ever-expanding waistline. I use these same tips in losing 75 pounds over the last year. The first factor in contributing to obesity is the reliance on fast food. According to the September 2002 edition of Restaurants USA magazine, Americans eat out an average of 4.2 meals per week. Just think about that, 4.2 meals. So on a Monday through Friday, you're almost going to go out to eat 4 times. This can't be healthy. On top of that, the average McDonald's combo meal, if you're going out to fast food, has 1,200 calories and a day's worth of fat content. So if you're going to McDonald's, you eat one meal, you can't eat for the rest of the day. And that's not even if you supersize. Or if you get a milkshake, or any of that. That's just a basic combo meal. Eating out contributed to only 34% of meals in the 1970s. Now, as of the late 1990s, the figure was almost 50%. So people are eating out half of their meals, and when they go out, it's just not healthy. They're eating way too much. A couple of tips about fast food is to treat fast food and all other dining trips to a minimum. So just do it as least as possible and just treat it like you would just anything else. Just use it sparingly and don't just go out for fun or just because it's convenient. And if you're eating out, never supersize. Just because it's a couple of cents more, it doesn't mean that it's a better value, because in the end you're eating way too much food and it's just not worth it. If it's possible, if you're going out to like a Olive Garden or a fine dining establishment, try to take half the meal home. The portion sizes are so big that you can just eat half there and then take the other half home, and then you can even save a little money because you won't have to spend money on the second meal. The second factor in the obesity in this country is the lack of exercise. People aren't active enough. According to existing surveys, only 20% of the American population exercise frequently. Frequent exercise is about 30 to 45 minutes per day. Doesn't even have to be all at the same time, just you have to exercise every day. Since 1990, exercise per person has approximately declined 15% for the average American. So not only are less people exercising, but the ones that are, it's still declining. So we need to try to get people out and moving. A couple of tips to stay active is to maybe park in the furthest parking spot away from your destination. So if you're going to work, or if you're going to the mall or shopping, just park far away so you can walk in, do your shopping or whatever you're going to do, and then walk out and get a little exercise that way. You don't have to exercise all at the same time. If you work in an office building, try taking the stairs at work at least once a week instead of the elevator. That'll go a long way. 10 minutes on the stairs, you'll be able to get exercise, and it won't even take that long. A really good tip is plan family fun outside at the neighborhood park or at the zoo. You can try to combo having fun and actually getting exercise, and that way it won't seem like it's a task or something that you have to do when you don't want to. The third factor that's contributing to the obesity epidemic is the portion sizes that you receive when you're eating. A 64-ounce soda at 7-Eleven contains 800 calories. Just think about that. That's almost a third of the caloric intake that you're supposed to have for the average American. Some people are only supposed to have 2,000 calories. So in that case, it's even more than that. So you never need 64 ounces of soda in one sitting, even if it is only 99 cents. Today's large fry at McDonald's is the same size as a supersized fry from 1998, according to Lisa R. Young, who's a PhD, or has a PhD and focuses on obesity in this country. So even if you're going to McDonald's, you get a large fry, you think you're doing something good because you're not supersizing, it's still way more than you need. So stick to medium or even small, because it's still a good size of food. I have a visual aid that kind of focuses on McDonald's and how their portion sizes have grown over the last 50 years or so. A regular sized hamburger in 1955 was 1.6 ounces. Now the same regular hamburger is 8 ounces before cooking. Startling. It's almost 8 times as big. A regular soda in 1955 was 7 ounces. Now it's 32 ounces, which is about 400 calories. Way too much pop for one sitting. French fries. An average portion, a medium portion, is 6 ounces now, and in 1955 it was 2.4 ounces. So although the prices have gotten more expensive, obviously because of inflation, you have to just realize that you're getting way more food in one sitting than you actually need to be healthy. Even portions at fine dining establishments are normally 3 times, at least 3 times, the United States Department of Agriculture recommended amount for one meal. And at times it can be up to 8 times the regulated amount in certain situations. So whenever you're going out or even at home, check the serving recommendations whenever possible. Try to stick to that to make sure that you're not eating too much. If you're dining out, try to make the healthiest choices possible. You can talk to your waiter. You can ask the cook to try to maybe fry your meal without butter or saute it with no oil. All of these can really make you eat less, bad fat, and shrink your waistline at the same time. Try not to think of the biggest portion as the best option just because of the money you're going to save when you order it. If you supersize something, obviously it's only 30 cents or 40 cents more, but you're doing more harm to yourself by getting that portion, because it's just too much food for one person to eat. You're going to fill up on the food, and it's just not going to be a good deal. You can also drink water or another non-caloric drink to try to fill your stomach up so you're not eating as much and you're not as hungry. That can lead to eating less as well. The fourth and final influence on obesity in this country is the family influence and social network. In a study that lasted over 30 years, researchers found that a person had an increased chance of becoming obese if their social network was obese. The risk increased a total of 57% if a friend was obese, 40% if a sibling was obese, and 37% if a spouse was obese. This also is affected when overweight parents teach their kids bad habits as well. So just a couple of tips. Obviously you can't pick who your friends and family are. So you're going to have to just try to, the important thing to do is to start making great choices yourself, because the good choices that you make will also affect your family and friends as well. So maybe they can start being healthier as well. You'll be able to lose weight together, and then the choices that you all make will affect their friends, and so on and so forth. So pretty soon everybody will be healthier. The trend of Americans becoming more and more obese will not stop without a change in the mindset of everyone. We all need to work together and come up with a plan that we can be successful at. It's in everyone's best interest to become a healthier nation. With these small differences in our daily routine, we can get back to being healthy. How long was that? That's 8 minutes, and I don't think I made it.